Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salah.
We get started with what happened to Kadiri Ikana.
Yeah.
The coach of Kano Pillars, he has been fired after Pillars lost to Enugu Rangers 3-1 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium.
Cecilia, not surprises here at all. Pillars have been underwhelming this season, and that 3-1 loss to Rangers was the final straw. Let's pay a thought for Wiki Tourist as well to coach Mohamed Babaganaro. He was sacked over the weekend as well.
But gone.
Football is the most volatile industry out there. I mean,
get ready to be fired when you're not performing.
Simple.
Straight to Spanish La Liga, El Clasico. It was all about Lionel Messi, from the racketish rocket to, you would say, Sergio Ramos' regular red card. But this man, the magical man, stole the show. He scored his 500th goal for Barcelona at the nick of the end of the game.
Time, yeah, incredible stuff, Cecilia. When Marcelo drew blood from Lionel Messi's face, I knew we were in big trouble, and the little magician, did not disappoint.
He brought out the lion in him.
Yeah, with that very late winner at the Bernabeu. So Lionel Messi took a bow once again. Elsewhere this time, let's talk tennis now. Cecilia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
10.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, you have all the time to count to 10, Cecilia. 10, Rafael Nadal, king of Monte Carlo, after beating Albert Ramos Vinolas in straight sets to win his 10th Monte Carlo Masters title. It's one sport, one clear cut, and there can only be one king, and that's Rafael Nadal. What a player. I mean, Cecilia, is just amazing stuff. I know you were not very impressed with the final matchup against Albert Ramos. But you can only beat what's in front of you.
Second to a Grand Slam.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
And you have the top shots there. So I felt okay. It was just all for him to take it.
Exactly, and he didn't disappoint. And you have to give him credit, Cecilia. I know you would have loved to have Nadal going up against Djokovic or against Murray or even Wawrinka. Yeah, but those guys.
Not even the
So that's not Nadal's fault.
It's not his fault.
Yeah,
so he had to do the real thing, and really, there was no giant to slay. So just convincingly, gradually,
Cecilia,
and he got his 10th Monte Carlo title. Now, who has actually won a 10th title
in a particular Masters? We'll come back to Nadal later. Let's do the NBA playoffs. Cecilia, it's hotting up big time, and we have a first sweep of the NBA playoffs, and it's come courtesy LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers after they defeated the Indiana Pacers 106-102 in Game 4. That series has now been clinched 4-0. It's over.
So they need time to rest now.
Yeah, and Cecilia, remember,
how to do the business.
Exactly, that's how to handle the business. Right, second seed going up against seventh seed. We thought it was going to be a lot more competitive. It was competitive, first two games, a few points difference between both sides, but the Pacers just could not get that all-important win back in Indianapolis. And Cecilia, I talked about LeBron James, being a different animal when it comes to the playoffs. And it was incredible because he almost averaged a triple-double in the first round, 32.8 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 9 assists. So King James is still doing what he knows how to do best.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And take a look at the other one, the big matchup we've been talking about.
Rockets.
Playoffs series, Rockets and Thunder.
Yeah.
Right now, it's all about Rockets. 3-1, they're taking the lead. They won again at the weekend, 113-109.
Yeah, 113-109, 3-1 lead now for Houston against the OKC Thunder. On the night when James Harden struggled with his shot, it was very cold. Nene, you remember Nene, the Brazilian center, stepped up big time. Was not at the Olympics against Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he stepped up big time from the bench, scoring 28 points and also grabbing 10 rebounds. And it was actually very good on the night. He shot 12 of 12, from the field, and he helped the Rockets take a 3-1 lead over the Russell Westbrook-led OKC Thunder. Russell Westbrook, by the way, finished with another triple-double of 35 points, 14 rebounds, and 14 assists. That's 3 in a row now, but not good enough to get the win. And Celia, that's the point people are going to make at the end of the day. But let's get one thing clear. This is the playoffs, different from the regular season. So if you're going to now rate and judge between Russell Westbrook and James Harden, I don't think we should consider what is likely to happen in the playoffs, which is the Rockets knocking out the OKC Thunder. Let's move on elsewhere. Isaiah Thomas scored 33 points, and the Boston Celtics beat the Chicago Bulls 104-95 to tie their first-round series at 2-all. Cecilia, incredible stuff. They lost 2 at home, back in Boston, and they've gone to Chicago to win 2 games.
That's true. I think this is going to go down to the very last game.
Yeah.
From all indications, like they're using home court advantage to win their game. So when he moves over to Chicago, well, I don't know what's going to happen on this one. But Celtics, I think, as #1 seed in the East, they actually need to step up because they are favorites for this. I know Chicago Bulls can be very, very, when everybody click and all that, things and everyone. But then Celtics have a whole lot of loads in their head now.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. As #1 seed, you thought it would be a lot easier than it's been so far against the Chicago Bulls. But you have to give them credit. After losing at home on their own court, that's the Celtics. They've gone all the way to Chicago to win 2 games. So that series is tied 2 apiece now. Game 5 back in Boston. Last but not the least, Joe Johnson scored 28 points to lead the Clippers past the Utah Jazz 105-98. This series is tied 2 apiece as well. So action continues tonight in the NBA playoffs, and we have the Golden State Warriors will look to close out the series when they face the Portland Trail Blazers. That's at the Moda Center. They lead that series 3-0. Do you think there's a way back for
No, Portland? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think Warriors will just want to close out this one and just forget it.
And just move on, okay? And we also have a matchup between the Washington Wizards against the Atlanta Hawks. And they lead that one 2-1 while the Bucks
Don't ask me to predict this.
No, I'm not going to ask you. That won't be fair on my part. And last but not the least, we have the Bucks. That's the Milwaukee Bucks. Will take on the Toronto Raptors. Series tied 2 apiece. So that's it for the NBA now, Cecilia. And I mean, surprises so far? First round matchups?
Nope.
No, not at all. But you expected Cleveland to sweep the
series, but I think it's between, I'm just say a little bit of surprise. Not really surprise. I knew it was going to be hard. Houston Rockets and Oklahoma City Thunder.
Right. So what did you expect? You expected it to be
very close.
2-2 at this point,
at this point and all that. Then for maybe just get down to the wire. But from all indication now, if they don't step up, well, let me just end in a very ridiculous manner.
Game 5,
and to be nice at all for the big man,
Yeah, after an incredible, phenomenal season, of 42 triple doubles, and for your playoff, for your postseason to end after just round 1,
that's not
obviously
good.
Not good enough.
Not good
but then
for him.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's the way it is.